What's going on, fam? Welcome back to Talk Your Shit podcast. And this evening, we're going to be starting off in a bit of a somber mood. We found out earlier today that comedian, actor Charlie Murphy has passed away. And we just want to pay our respects to him, even though this is a sports podcast. Me and Kevin, we both really love comedy. We really fans of Charlie Murphy. Loved his work, man. Definitely had some epic moments on the Dave Chappelle show with the Charlie Murphy True Hollywood Stories, man. And like I said, I just want to pay my respects to him. Say rest in peace. Condolences out to your family and your loved ones, man.
Yeah, man. No doubt. Crazy thing is, man. Just saw Charlie Murphy 2 months ago in Baltimore. He's touring with D.L. Hughley, George Lopez, Eddie Griffin, and said the Entertainer. And it really didn't. I wasn't aware that he was sick, so it was a shock to find out that he had leukemia. I mean, it just it was a bug out hearing that, man, and you know, big big RIP out to that dude, man. Well, at least he knows now that in the next chapter, moving on, that he won't be ever known again as just Eddie Murphy's brother. So, so big condolences to the Murphy family, man. That was a bit of a shock to me this afternoon to hear that.
Yeah, it definitely was a big shock. And we want you guys to join us in a moment of silence for Charlie Murphy. All right, again, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Condolences out to your family and your loved ones, man.
Indeed, indeed.
And moving right along with the podcast, we're gonna start off with the Romo making his debut in the NBA, improving on the legend of Tony Romo. There's only a few guys that ever played three sports, and
Right.
Tony Romo is definitely in that. He's in that realm now. I think the only other person I can think of that comes to mind is Jordan. Anybody else you know off the top of your head that played three sports?
That played three sports. Nah, I could name a hell of a bunch of two sport athletes, but not three.
Yeah, yeah. You niggas gotta get your weight up, nigga.
You know,
Coach getting wrong. I only play three sports. Get your weight up. And we're gonna play like a little clip. We got a little sound bite brought to you by the Dallas Mavericks, man. This is the introduction of Tony Romo playing.
And that guard in his first season from Eastern Illinois. Welcome to Dallas, number 9, Tony
Man, that was a hell of a gesture by Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks organization. That was real classy to honor Tony Romo. Something they didn't have to do. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play with them. Didn't really have too much relationship with them, but a nice way to send off a Dallas, a Texan native legend like that, man. So I mean, hats off to the organization over there.
yeah, man. Like you said, I couldn't have said it better myself. That was a world class move by Mark Cuban, letting Tony dress. I mean, the city for. I mean, if whether you like him or not, the city, has embraced him. They know what the guys tried to do. As far as trying to win a chip the last 10 years, it was a hell of a way to honor him, man. And hell, I wish Carlisle tried to put him in the game, but
Yeah,
but Mark Cuban said, "Nah, that ain't going." But it'd been cool to see him actually get on that hardwood, man, and hell, take a shot or whatever. They probably would have let him make a layup or something, but you know, um, definite. Even though he's a bit of an asshole, Mark Cuban, man, he definitely went one notch up on my meter as far as just a world class move by the Mavericks.
100%, man. And to you guys' surprise, Romo can play basketball. He was All American in high school, and also like on off seasons back in the day, he did like train and play with some Duke Blue Devils. So he definitely could ball. So if he got in there, he wouldn't have stunk up the place. It wouldn't have looked like nothing like this Celebrity All Star game. Romo can
Right.
ball, yeah. I don't know if y'all seen. You Google and YouTube some clips of him shooting around at practice. doing little dribble moves, landing up, showing a little jump shot right there. So man, Romo definitely would have made some noise. I just wish he would have got a chance to play. That'd have been like cool as shit.
Yeah, because there's definitely a clip, folks, y'all need to check out to him throwing alleys to the next legendary Cowboy tight end, Rico Gathers.
Mm.
But we'll get into that another day.
All right, man. Progressing with the show, we're gonna go right along to the WWE, Raw, SmackDown, and the Shakeup, man. Let's start off with Raw. Raw had a little bit of shakeup. We had start off with some talent coming over. Alexa Bliss, Mickey James came over. Um, Bray Wyatt also came over. Who else made the transition, Kev?
You got Bray Wyatt. I'm trying to think who else made that transition the other night. Uh, I'm a little upset though, man. I'm glad that we're talking about this transition, man. Um, to lose a legendary female wrestler like Tamina Snuka. See, here we go. You gonna hate on my other wife?
Yo, we talking about real niggas like Bray Wyatt, and you bring up Tamina Snuka?
That's right. It's my wife.
Shout out to Superfly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Friend of the show.
definitely friend of the show, but go ahead, continue. My bad. My bad. I even interrupted you, bro.
Nah, man. My initial thoughts of this whole thing, to be honest with you, man. This whole thing seems kind of half-assed to me on both shows.
Ooh. Okay.
Um, it just doesn't really seem like this was a preconceived idea. It seemed like McMahon kind of flew off the handle. He just had like a brainstorm idea, and it was like, okay, let's shake all this up. Because the consensus is now that what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to do a shake up now twice a year after WrestleMania, and it's going to be one after SummerSlam now.
Some
And that's
what?
like, yeah, yeah.
Right. That's kind of too close. They need to
That's
spread that out. Go ahead.
I don't, and exactly, I don't get that. I've did some research and heard some reports about this, and a lot of people are confused that why would you have two shakeups so close together? Because SummerSlam is like August
Right.
and it's April, and you just did this, this week, and it's like, well, what the hell? And I mean, how do you really, get the storylines in these rivalries or whatever you're going to do with these people that are shifting the brands, you know, going into August? Like, I'm confused.
Man, like I was with the shakeup up until that. If that's actually true, I feel like a little bit different. From you, I actually like the shakeup. Like this is what they should have done when they actually did the brand split. Because when they did the brand split, I knew certain talent was going to be on Raw, and I knew SmackDown basically would get the scraps. Now it's some actual legitimate talent on SmackDown. No disrespect to the people who was on there before. I know some people used to say SmackDown's better than Raw. I disagree. Now you have Charlotte on SmackDown. You have the New Day on SmackDown. You have Kevin Owens on SmackDown to
Hmm.
go with the John Cena, to go with the Randy Orton, to go with the AJ, and that makes a better roster to me.
I agree.
So
I
I
agree.
mean, I mean that's why I like the shake up. Now it's a little bit more even. Now it's a little bit more interesting. Now I can stay up and watch SmackDown. Now I have a reason. Like Charlotte, one of my favorite. New Day is one of my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Owens, definitely one of my favorite. I can like legitimately watch the show now.
I agree with you to a certain extent. The only thing that I would take away, well, two things. I'm not a huge Sami Zayn fan. I respect him. I think he's a hell of a talent that's really been untapped so far, and they kind of keep using him in gimmicky ass ways, in my opinion. But I really didn't want to see like Zayn Owens rivalry go to SmackDown.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
WWE. Like this feud has been going on for too goddamn long. It started in NXT, it went to Raw, The brand split. It stayed on Raw. Now the shit is going to SmackDown. Stop this shit. This shit is so fucking irritating, man.
It
Continue.
is. It is, man. You know, and I'm kind of confused because if you're bringing him over, then you have a three-way match to for the number one contender for the U.S. title. I'm like, well, who the hell? I mean, Randy Orton's on there with the strap. Why wouldn't you have done that for the strap? Like let's get a rivalry going there. Like, I mean, I like you said, man. WWE, I don't know. It just the shit don't make no sense. But when you got fucking soap opera writers, you're not really, dudes that can get in there and that know the psychology of the game. Wrestling minds that write up good storylines and break down good psychology to this shit. It's just like I said, I agree with you with the talent being a little being better on SmackDown, but I'm just still confused that you've had two major title changes at WrestleMania. Who's pursuing the champions? Okay, you got on Raw Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman beefing, flipping them over in ambulances and shit. And who the hell is challenging Randy Orton?
Right. Bray Wyatt cut a promo fucking with Randy Orton, so I guess they're still going with that storyline. And before we get away too far from it, that Braun Strowman fucking scene where he beat the shit out of Roman Reigns was like the best and the worst thing I've ever seen. I like the fact, I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. I always tease you about it. I love seeing Roman get the shit beat out of him. But that shit was just so fucking cheesy. Oh, I'm not done with you. And then he lift up the fucking ambulance. I was like, man, if you don't get Braun Strowman the fuck out of here, man.
Correct. Correct. I mean, it reminded me of like cheesy shit they were doing like in the Attitude Era. And my whole thing is, if this is supposed to be PG, you sitting there letting the guy get his ass whipped and get flipped in a fucking ambulance. It's like, is this PG?
Oh my god, they strapped his ass up to the gurney. He pushed the gurney over the edge.
I mean, but we've seen that before. Steve Austin
Yeah,
used to do shit like that.
definitely. And this shit is all to make fucking Roman look strong, get some sympathy. Nah, that shit ain't gonna work. Fucking fans are enjoying the shit out of that, and they gonna want it next week. And then
Oh
week
yeah.
after that.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you like you said, I'm a big Roman Reigns fan. I like Roman Reigns. Um, it was like they had to do that though. He's already got enough heat. The fans are still pissed off that that Taker put him over, and this is, I guess, a throw to the fans and a little bit of satisfaction in seeing a guy get his ass whipped.
Cut the shit. Cut this shit with all this dumb ass fucking building you guys are doing and stuff. Like, why the fuck is AJ one of the best guys on the roster? Period. Why the fuck is he competing for the U.S. title?
Correct.
Why does Kevin Owens even have the U.S. title? Like, come on, man. Use that belt for people like Apollo Crews and Ty Dillinger. Like, come on, man. Like, stop doing that shit. Like, man, like AJ shouldn't be no lower than the Intercontinental title. Like, he shouldn't be fighting for. He shouldn't even. He's above that to me. But like, if you're gonna move him out the way just so you can like hype up your main event or whatever, that seems like the model you guys are going with now. You only want the two focal points to even be close to the fucking championship. Anybody who has any type of fucking um, overness with the crowd, any love with the crowd, you try to just throttle them off and put them like way down the fucking card. Like, stop this shit. Like, AJ shouldn't be nowhere near the U.S. title. Sorry for Rain.
Hey, 100%, man. Nah, that was a beautiful statement because I definitely was about to get on a rant about that myself. From the standpoint, I agree. I'm like, damn. The guy's over. Why don't you have him challenging Orton to try to get his belt back? I mean, I
Yeah,
just don't get it. Like, the U.S. title, like, really? The title isn't even really fucking relevant. I mean, it's not like the Intercontinental title, in my opinion, because, growing up as a fan, the Intercontinental title was put on a dude that was a genuine worker.
yeah.
The Savages and the Steamboats, not the Ultimate Warrior, even though I'm a fan, but, the Bret Harts, the Honky Tonk Man. Those guys were workers. They could give you a great match. Not saying Kevin Owens can't, because he has, but The U.S. title, like really? This shit is starting to become like the old WCW days when you just had a bunch of belts that weren't even fucking relevant,
Yeah,
but they
man.
were on good talent, and there was really nothing. The storylines made no. It was like, okay, well they're just beating the shit out of each other for the United States belt or the TV title. Shit, might as well bring that back.
Right. Hardcore title. Just bring all these shitty ass titles back. And
It's crazy.
another thing I wanted to touch on, like no disrespect, I know Abe is an avid listener to the podcast. I don't know if I want to see Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton again. I don't mind Bray having the belt. Like I said, I like Bray. I think he deserves a lengthy title reign. I don't know if I want to see Bray and Randy again. Like that match at WrestleMania was kind of a dud to me. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
are we going back to that well when you can go AJ and Randy? Like, that'll be a hell of a fucking match.
Correct.
Similar to what Seth and Randy did at some with WrestleMania that year. Like, you gotta shake this up. Like, I don't know if I want to see Bray and Randy again.
I'm gonna pose this question to you: if Bray Wyatt is on Raw and he's gonna challenge Randy Orton for the title, and he's on SmackDown, are you gonna have two champions on Raw? If he like, say they decide to put him over and he gets the belt back, you gonna have him and Brock Lesnar on one show with both belts?
I can't see it. That's why, like, it looks like it may be a dud that fucking Bray's gonna lose again. Like, I don't know, but like, I guess they're gonna use payback to tie up some loose ends because technically, I'm doing air quotations that Kevin Owens isn't on SmackDown just yet. That's pending the match versus Jericho, the rematch at
Correct.
Payback. But I pretty much can write in pen that Kevin Owens is going to win that match and he's going to be on SmackDown.
I mean, which is another wasted. It's just wasted. A wasted match because everybody in the fucking world knows Jericho's contract is up at the end of the month. So you're not going. I mean, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. They keep giving you the same bullshit over and over and over, and this is just it's just tiring, man. Damn, I don't want to see Jericho and Owens again. I really don't. This storyline is dead to me.
Yeah, that WrestleMania should have been like the final send off to that shit. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you making a bunch of movies like the fucking Fast and Furious and just gonna keep piling on this shit? Like, the fuck?
Correct.
In this shit. I'm off WWE talk. We've been on this shit for too long. This shit not for like a whole bunch of shit not to happen for real.
Correct.
This shit a little bit too much, man. Let's move on to the NBA playoffs, man. We're coming down. I think tonight's the last night.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that is a one seed, I think still in kind of play, which is the eighth seed of the East.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chicago's pretty much going to win that because they're played in the Brooklyn Nets, excuse me. They play the Brooklyn Nets, and I think the Brooklyn Nets are resting their players. See, this goes back to the other podcast we were talking about. Why the fuck are you guys resting your players?
Hold on. Run that back. The Nets are doing what?
They're resting their players. I think these guys have
These
all the
motherfuckers
20
are
some
like
games.
these motherfuckers are like 9-72. Fuck are you resting? Yes. Like what? See, this is why. See, and it's not even an issue of saying, okay, yeah, we're gonna rest you guys before we go into the play. You're not even in the fucking playoffs, but you're resting your guys, and you're a lottery team. Get the fuck out.
I guess that's what they're playing for the lottery. Just one more round to hit sweep
Shit.
out pot to try to get a top pick. But it's not even your pick, motherfuckers, because that's going to Boston.
Correct. So this is the dumbest shit. And when I heard that earlier that they were resting their players, I mean, it was a real Scooby Doo moment. Like, what? And your pick is going to Boston. Are you trying to give Boston a better pick?
Well,
Apparently,
I'll be playing hating like shit.
like, what type of shit is that?
Oh my god, man!
They get that's a Vince McMahon move. Makes no sense.
Definitely. All right, man. We're gonna talk about the Eastern Conference matchups, man. We're gonna do a week by week predictions, and also at the end of the breakdowns for the West, because we're gonna go to the West after we do these. We're gonna give an overall prediction who we think is gonna win the title this year.
Okay.
All right, so kicking it off with the East. As it says right now, the number one Cavs versus the eighth seeded Chicago Bulls. Who do you have?
Oh, you really asked me this question? Um,
I know you going with the Bulls, Michael Jordan. It's like,
Dwayne Wade, man, he might have one of them Jordan moments. You know, remember the commercial where Jordan came out of retirement and scored like 50 in wingtips?
mm,
That's the type of shit Dwayne Wade will do. You gotta go Cleveland this series. The sad part about it is I just don't know how intense the Bulls are going to be in this series to play, especially when a dude like Jimmy Butler. You know, he's already pissed with the organization, and I'm sure he's looking towards free agency. Um,
if he's looking forward to free agents, he better play his fucking heart out so he can get that fucking bag.
correct. I mean, I
So
think
he
he's
can
gonna
get
get
that
that.
bag,
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably get that bag regardless, because I mean, them
real bag.
contracts. Jesus Christ, them contracts from last off season for a bunch of like role player ass, dude,
Jobbers.
straight jobber supremages, you know. But yeah, in this series, I'm gonna go ahead and take Cleveland. This probably be like a 4-2 series.
I'm going with the upset.
Woo!
As in, I'm upset. I'm picking the fucking Cavs.
Yeah, I know, I know.
I'm going with the Cavs here, man. Fucking probably be a fucking 4-1 their ass or some shit, man.
Like I said, I see 4-2. You know,
4-2.
4-2. You know, I give Wade 2 games, but you know,
You
it
get
is
their ass and struggle 4-2.
correct.
Next matchup, the 4 and 5th seed,
Mm.
Washington Wizards versus the Atlanta Hawks. Who do you have?
You know, I'm going with my Wiz kids, but
Shocker, shocker.
I'm a little concerned.
Ooh,
I'm a little concerned.
why is that, man?
I know on the first podcast, I still think we can make the Eastern Conference Finals, but I'm just a little concerned because we didn't really play well down the stretch. To go from before the All Star break being ranked 10th in defense to slide all the way down to 27th in the second half of the season is a tad concerning to me. Especially, I mean, this is a team that you can't really sleep on with Atlanta, especially from the standpoint of they got some really dynamic scores. I think Washington's bench play is going to help. The thing is neutralizing, even though he's a and I'll say it, Dwight Howard's a fucking scrub. Yes, he's a scrub. I mean, he's just a big, soft scrub. So I'm not really worried about him. I think Gortat will do what he needs to do against him. But at the end of the day, I'm a little, like I said, I don't like teams going in cold in these type of situations because you fuck around and you in a set, you know what I'm saying, game 7, with the fucking Hawks. So, but I'm definitely taking my Wiz kids, man, in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna go Wizards, man. I know you're a little bit concerned about them down the stretch, man, but I just like the matchups that Washington provide. I think John Wall had them boys running. I think Bill gets hacked this series, and they gonna shoot their ass out of the goddamn gym. I think Wizards gonna win this pretty convincingly. I'm going Wizards.
All right, so with the next matchup, we got your Toronto Raptors.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm not a Toronto Raptors fan, sir.
I know stop. Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on.
Talk to this nigga Bird, man. I was all right. Podcast. This is gonna use some insight. I like the Toronto because my man Vasquez was there. He is no
Oh,
longer there, so I'm not a fan. Fuck Drake Knight. What Kevin Durant say? I don't give a damn about no Drake Knight.
my thing is Revis Vasquez, man. I never heard of him.
Hey, my nigga. Y'all finished or y'all done?
Well, you keep playing my man, cuz.
Hey man, hey y'all listening to this? I gotta mess with E. He's a diehard Maryland Terp, and we're actually rivals with West Virginia and Maryland. And last season, all I kept hearing was Revis Vasquez, and I'm like, this dude is a jobber. He is the Roman Reigns. Nah, I'm not gonna go there. I ain't gonna say that, but nah, man. Shouts out to Reeves, man.
So,
Friend,
man.
definite
Hey,
friend
Grievous,
of the
man, I
show.
know you dealing with a little bit of injuries, man. Get well soon, man. Definitely from the show.
So who you got, man? We got the Bucks Raptors in this matchup, 3-6. Who you taking?
Even though I like Milwaukee, man, I think they're going to be a problem in a couple years.
Indeed.
I'm going with Toronto, man. I think that nice addition of Serge,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to help pay dividends, man. I think that might be the move to get them closer to the Eastern Conference Finals, man. I'm definitely going Toronto here, man. Hopefully, Kyle Lowry can get back in the groove, stay healthy throughout the playoffs. I mean, I got them winning. I like they have a nice lineup with Valanciunas, Ibaka, DeRozan. I mean, I'm going Toronto, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, man. This one's sort of a no-brainer. Like you said, I definitely think Milwaukee's going to be a problem. They got a lot of good talent. I wish your man Parker could stay healthy.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, that's definitely the key right there.
that kid, the Greek kid, man, he's a hell of a baller, man. And the sad thing is, they talking about this kid and it still has the potential to grow another inch or two.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what? Are you serious? But yeah, they're definitely going to be a problem in the next couple of years, man. But just the inexperience going up against a Toronto team that's been in the playoffs last couple of years, you got to give Toronto the edge in this one, just due to inexperience on Milwaukee's part.
And P.S. Get Dellavedova the fuck out of here. No reason why I took that shot. I just don't like Dellavedova. Like it's like one of the people they just sized up during that series. Oh, Dellavedova's playing help. Fuck Dellavedova.
Indeed.
Moving
Yeah.
along to the next matchup, man. We got Boston 2 seed versus the Pacers at the 7 seed.
You know what? I think this is going to be a good series, man. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, even though I think Boston got enough weapons, I mean, this is probably gonna be. I mean, I'm not gonna say 3-3, but if Paul George gets hot, he's a problem. But I'm
Definitely.
gonna definitely take the Celtics, man. The Celtics. I mean, I just like the way they're built, and I definitely love Isaiah Thomas, man. This dude, I don't even know how the hell he's not up for MVP conversations, but I really like Boston in this matchup.
Yeah, I definitely like Boston. Boston is deep as hell. Have a nice team, good coach team. I'm definitely going with them, man. They turned it up at the end of the year. They was fighting for that number 1 seed. I'm going them. Indiana, like you said, it's gonna be a scrappy series if Paul George and the newly acquired Lance Stevenson.
Mm.
If they- hey man, put some respect on Lance Stevenson's name,
I
man.
know, stop. Put some respect on my
When my
name.
man came
You
back, he said
understand me?
it was
When
like
y'all
the
saying my
Jordan
name, put
came
some
back.
respect on.
You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on his name, kid.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Really?
it's just kind of funny, you know, how I mean Stevenson was a name a couple years back. This cat blows up in LeBron James's ear, and we see what you see what you get when you mess with LB, man, with LBJ. You know what I'm saying? That dude can ruin your career quick.
Definitely. So we both going Boston at that series. So we're gonna go over to the East. I mean the Western Conference. At the top of it, you got the Golden State Warriors versus the Portland Trailblazers.
This here could be a rough series, in my opinion, for Golden State. To be honest, I mean, Kevin Durant coming back from injury is key. Um, but these Trailblazers are scrappy as shit, man. They're
Yeah,
scrappy ball club. But at the end of the day, I mean, Seth, Clay, Dre, KD, I mean, Iggy, I mean, I mean, 4-1.
yeah, I'm definitely going to Golden State here, and I hope Golden State can get on a nice little run, get back in rhythm, and just trailblaze through these playoffs. No point intended. Next matchup, fucking Jobbers and Preem, the fucking Clippers versus the Jazz. Like I don't give a fuck about this matchup. Shouts out to fucking Gordon Hayward, Team Eli, friend of the show.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go Clippers, man.
Upset alert.
Woo!
Upset alert. I don't like how the Clippers are playing have played. Um, down. I mean, they just had too many just dry spots during the season. I just think it's time to blow that whole thing up, man. I think it's just time. And I mean, I don't even think Doc really wants to be there. There's some rumors that have gotten out about him possibly wanting to go back to Orlando. I mean, however true that is, but it's time to get up off Blake Griffin. It's just time, man. I mean, this team has been so talented for so long, and they can't even get to the Western Conference Finals. They can't even sniff the Western Conference Finals, man. It's just time to get up off this whole thing with the Clippers. I mean, they're probably one of the biggest teases over the last 5 to 6 seasons.
Yeah, definitely. If they don't do nothing this year, it's definitely time to blow this shit up. Move on. Look for the future. Get out the fucking shadow of the Lakers.
Correct.
Next matchup, which I think might be the most entertaining series, especially the first round, maybe of the goddamn playoffs until you get to the goddamn finals. The
Hmm.
Houston Rockets versus the OKC Thunder.
Yeah, this is gonna be a. I mean, this is a two-man series. It's Westbrook versus Harden. We can already expect these two are gonna go at each other. This is a potential. I'm gonna go old school here. I'm gonna go old school. I see this being like Larry Bird versus Dominique Wilkins in the playoffs in '88. Yeah, I think this is going to be that type of series between the two because everybody else is really irrelevant on both teams besides these two guys, especially with the heat of the MVP talking these two being the top two guys. I think they're going to shoot each other out in the playoff. I mean, this first round series, excuse me. But if either one of these teams make it in the second round, both stars are going to be gassed. But close series, 4-3 Thunder.
Woo! I'm going Houston. I'm going with the real MVP, not no stat padding ass mother. Like that. But I'm going with Houston, man. I think James Harden and the Rockets got a little bit more firepower with the 6 man Louis. I'm going with them, man. I think Harden solidifies that MVP. Hope he wins it, man. And it's definitely gonna be a close series, like you said. Yeah, I definitely can see this going to Game 7. I got Houston pulling it out, man. I don't think OKC has enough firepower to pull it out. Next matchup, you got the San Antonio Spurs versus the Memphis Grizzlies. A little bit backstory, and it's like one of the reasons why I wanted to start a podcast to have my predictions on wax. Man, dude, when these teams met in the playoffs a couple years ago, like right when Memphis picked up some steam, you know what I'm saying, when Zebo and Marc Gasol was killing it, these teams matched up in the playoffs, and I believe it was more so like San Antonio was the 1 seed and Memphis was the 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Memphis to win that series, and I got killed. I got killed on the internet, and Memphis pretty much should have swept their ass. And that's why we're having this podcast, so this shit can be documented, and we can go back, you know what I'm saying, like, look, motherfucker, I told you. Or
Right.
I can, you know what I'm saying, say, Kev, Eli, I don't know what the hell y'all talk about. We got it on wax, too, but, like, it can go either way.
Oh man, yeah. This is. I mean, Memphis for the last couple of years has been that team where they get in the playoffs. They're definitely going to push you.
Mm-hmm.
From Z, Conley, everybody. I mean, it's Allen. This team, they're just scrappy. They're one of them like it's like jock itch. They're just annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Until you get them out your way. And I mean, of course, I'm taking the Spurs in this series. I mean, I just love Greg Popovich. He's a hell of a coach. Um, I just and I big shout out to Kawhi Leonard, man. I swear this is, and I'm gonna probably just like you just phrased it, get killed for this. I feel that he's the best all around player in the NBA right now.
Yeah, definitely. He just doesn't have that pizzazz, that star power that the other guys have to catapult him in those conversations, but he plays both sides of the ball very well, man. I mean, I doubt you get killed for it, but people are going to be like, "Oh man, hard Westbrook, triple doubles." But like, man, Kawhi definitely deserves to be in that conversation. And I'm riding with you too. I wouldn't dare make that prediction today that Memphis could beat San Antonio. I'm definitely going San Antonio. This is a newer team. It's a different team. A little bit more youth with the team with LA and Kawhi. Your boy Patty Mills.
My man, Patty Cake,
uh,
Patty Cake Mills.
definitely afraid of this man. Shout out to Patty Mills. I'm definitely want San Antonio to win this series, man. So overall predictions, who do you think is going to win the title this year?
Um, I mean, I'm going Golden State. They just too damn loaded. But I think it'll be a hell of a series because I'm picking. I mean, them and the Spurs in the Western Conference Final all day.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great series. It's going to be that's definitely going to be a 4-3 series. I wouldn't be surprised if San Antonio eked it out and made it, which is going to be a problem for the Cavs anyway. Either team I think is going to be a problem for the Cavs. The Cavs bench sucks. I mean, when you got to go get like old ass cats like Dante Jones.
Right.
You know, I mean, all that cute shit they did last year against Golden State, all that shit with Tristan Thompson and all that, man, I'm telling you, he's done it once, folks. For those that are listening to this podcast, he is the only man out there that can strap LeBron James. Damn it. Yes, I said it. If you don't believe me, go back to that finals when they played the Heat, when your man caught his period and started cramping and shit because he couldn't stick with Kawhi Leonard after game. Damn right, shots fired. He couldn't stick with the man after game 3. The man averaged damn near 35 points and closing their ass out. And folks, do y'all remember that this man was finals MVP?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so look, bottom line, either team's a nightmare. I'm going to go Golden State, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs, it's like a 1A, 1B with me with that question. I can see either team making it from the West. Either one of them can beat the Cavs.
Yeah, man. It's like, fuck, a double-edged sword for me. You know, I'm old school with my thinking, and I got killed for this. Because I thought what KD did was pretty much the same shit as what LeBron did. Even though KD joined the team that beat him, either way you cut it, the common denominator is they joined or formed a super team, and they're taking the easy way to the finals and or championship. So, like, I don't really care who wins this shit. I'm going Golden State. That's what I think is going to win. Like I said, and this is like the first year I won't be like kind of like rooting against LeBron and shit. No hate, but fuck LeBron. But like I don't know, I wouldn't even mind if fucking Cleveland wins this year. Like I have no hate for nobody.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. What is this? I just got a hit on my phone. We got to stop the LeBron James slander. One of his reps just hit me again.
Man, fuck your reps and you, nigga. I'm not stopping shit, nigga. This is talking shit. Fucking podcast. I'm gonna talk my shit, nigga. You gotta stop me. Pull up.
Fuck Jay-Z.
What's up, niggas?
I'm not talking shit. I ain't stopping shit. But like I said, man, I don't want no beef with that. Fuck that shit. I already got no but man, I'm going to Golden State, man. Like I said, I just want to entertain the finals. I just want, you know what I'm saying, moments. Like we talked in the other show about like the NCAA Final Four and championship. I just want somebody to step up. I want like a Paul George or someone to have a moment where they, you know what I'm saying, back up against the wall, they come out shooting. I want a Harden and Westbrook to go smack at each other for a whole series, man. Like, I just want moments, man. I just want good basketball, man. I'll be happy with that.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, last year both of us were real pissed off at how last year's final went because there's just no way in hell that Golden State should have lost 3 games. But that's the NBA playing its games, you know? I mean, I don't give a shit what nobody says. The refs definitely dictated that series. It's just sad when you're a defending NBA champion and you can't even get calls in your own goddamn building.
With the unanimous MVP on your team and shit. Like.
You know, and they didn't want. I think it was just a lot of politics, especially from the standpoint of, you know, with them getting the record, the Bulls, you know, tapping the Bulls record last year. You had a unanimous MVP, but you know he's in foul trouble, like you said. You made a great point in the first podcast. He was in foul trouble every damn game.
Every goddamn
It's
game.
like, wow, Oh, really? I mean, but you giving respect to, like you said, Tristan Thompson and Della Vadova and shit. Get out of here. The NBA, man, it's sad. It's sad, man, because, back in the day, man, they just let dudes play. I mean, they were
Right.
great matchups. That's why I compared the Harden Westbrook scenario to Dominique and Bird. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, go back and just watch clips of that '88 playoff game, Eastern Conference playoff game between Bird and Wilkins. Man, it was a damn shootout between the two. So it's sad, but yeah, like I said, it's like a 1A, 1B with me. I could take either Golden State or San Antonio, but and it's
That'd be the perfect scenario. If San Antonio was to win it. Oh my God, yeah, I can see it now. Cause like if Kevin Durant, I'm talking to you, nigga. If you don't win a championship, man, you're gonna get killed, bro. You jump ship, left little bro Russell Westbrook to join the super team. They are going to kill you, nigga. They might have to come up with something else other than the crying Jordan face meme. They are going to kill you, man.
can I hit on that for a second?
You definitely can.
I think it's a little deeper thought that we need to put into why Kevin Durant left.
Touch on it.
Now, my whole thing is
Pause.
people criticize them for leaving to go to Golden State. And I know he made some comments, super teams and all that, which was, yes, it was hypocritical. But I really don't think he felt the situation. Like, I just don't think he thought he was going to win a chip in OKC. And I'm going to be honest, they had the tools when now Wizards coach Scott Brooks was there. Did he really trust Billy Donovan? Shit, I wouldn't have trusted Billy Donovan. Remember, Billy Donovan was the former head coach of the Florida Gators. Won a chip with, what's your man, Joakim Noah and the crew then, and Al Horford. And remember, he jumped ship and went to Orlando and signed as head coach. And then less than 3 days later, he left and went back to the Gators. Okay? And then my thing is, do we really know the relationship that him and Russ had? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all cute in front of the camera when y'all saying all these nice things and shit. And, when KD won the MVP and this my man and all that bullshit, you gotta say them things.
Yeah.
Because we live in an era with social media, man, like you said, they tearing cats' asses up left and right for saying the wrong thing. Or the wrong things, I should say. But for me, I just don't think that Durant should get the shit he's gotten for it. Because, once again, he was a free agent. Free agent, folks, means I can go wherever the fuck I want to go. I don't have to re-sign with the team I'm with. He was a free agent. He made the choice to go to Golden State. Oh, man. What? Look, let me tell y'all something. Kids join AAU teams and play with their boys all the goddamn time. Some of these AAU teams had the best players in the country. Half of them live in the same neighborhoods, making super teams and winning AAU titles and shit. At the end of the day, the NBA, they're whores. They're whores for ratings because Kevin Durant going to Golden State, they make the finals, makes people watch them in the Cavs in the fucking finals.
Yeah, I'm 100% agree with you. Like I said, I don't like it. The competitiveness is just gone. He even said it himself, man. Like you touched on it too. Like he even had a quote about it. I'm just saying, man. I just like people to be genuine and be real, man. Don't be flip flopping like that. But I mean, I respect your opinion. Like I said, I'm not too sour about it now. But I was like heated at first because I like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was one of my favorite players. Uh, Not no more now. I'm off of him. I mean, good luck to him in the playoffs. Hope he can bring it home for his fans and his family. But I'm off that.
I mean, to me, I don't think, I mean, his decision that he made shouldn't, in people's minds, diminish him as a talented ball player. This motherfucker's still a talent. And he still got 10 years in his career. He can go somewhere else. He's only got, a 2-year deal with Golden State. He's still a guy that you can build around for the next 10 years if he goes somewhere else as a franchise guy. But at the end of the day, like I said, the flip side of the coin is we sat here and LeBron James got a 4 hour fucking special on ESPN when he was a free agent and he dipped in, but people accept what he did. A lot of people do because there's a lot of LeBron nut riders out there.
Yeah.
Okay, he went down to Miami. We all know the story. You know, the chips and everything with him and Wade and stuff, and Chris Bosh. And shout out to Chris Bosh, man. I know he's been dealing with that issue with blood clots. I really like. I've liked Chris Bosh for a long time. I hope he gets well soon, man, and gets back on the court. But besides that, like I said, I don't. I just can't sit there and criticize. Even though, like you said, like we both said about the comments he made, I can't criticize one guy for doing something that the biggest proponent or the biggest or the franchise of the NBA can do it, and cats are cool with it.
Yeah,
That's just
that's
me.
my problem too. I don't like when people, you know what I'm saying, one say one is different than the other. Like I said, they both the same shit to me, and I don't like neither one. You know what I'm saying? At least I think I'm being consistent in that fact where I'm not a fan of either move. But
Right.
like, I mean, I can respect people's opinions, whether they like either move and whatever. Like I said, I'm old school in my shit. I like the talent spread out, man. Like now, like it was like no point of really watching the regular season. Now it might not even be no point really watching the playoffs because we damn near shit know it's going to be a 3 team race pretty much for the finals. It's going to be either Golden State and the Spurs and fucking Cleveland. Like, imagine that talent that's locked up on these 2 teams was spread out throughout the fucking conference.
Right.
That should be a lot more fucking entertaining. That's my whole thing with the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like this shit. I hate this. I just like for new teams to do blood. I hate this same predictable shit. Like the same teams keep going to the goddamn fucking dance. Like that shit is like fucking boring. Like y'all niggas don't get tired of seeing the same fucking teams go every fucking year.
I
Like
definitely do. I definitely do. I agree with you on that. But there's no disparity in the NBA anymore. You know, I remember growing up, you know, especially in the late 80s, early 90s, where it seemed like every team back then had a superstar. You know, and
yeah,
but times are different, especially with a fucked up, collegiate system with this one and done shit. Because it takes a. I mean, you're 19 years old coming into a league with grown men, and you're gonna have to take time to develop. But back in the day, the Shaqs were ready, the Zoes, the Webbers, the Iversons. You know, you had guys 3 years in college, Grant Hills and shit. But it's not like that no more. In the NBA, quite frankly, the regular season matchups are boring as shit. And that's why everybody, the consensus thing that everybody says is, well, I'll watch it when it gets to the finals. And that's sad because I just don't understand how the NBA makes the money that it makes.
mm-hmm. Man, I'm off NBA talk. Fuck that shit. Let's move along to the NFL draft, man. I know you are excited about this. I know this is like one of your favorite times of the year.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna let you go ahead take on this topic, man. Go ahead, lead us into this draft talk.
All right. So basically, man, it's that time. We got 2.5 weeks for the NFL draft. This is a really exciting time of the year for me. I love the draft, man. I watch everything from the combine, everything, because this is where you get the intel on the guy that could be the next great player for your organization. So, to start off with, man, I definitely want to get into a topic that came up today that's really interesting. So there's some reports that the Cleveland Browns, between head coach Hugh Jackson and the front office, which I'm assuming that's Sashi Brown, are conflicted about the number one pick. The consensus in most mock drafts has been Miles Garrett, defensive end from Texas A&M. Now Hugh Jackson is interested in taking 1 year starter from North Carolina, Mitch Trubisky, number one. And this is really, really interesting to me because Hugh Jackson's a hell of a coach and he's really great with quarterbacks. But he's admittedly saying that he fucked up last year on not taking Carson Wentz. And it's sad because they drafted Cody Kessler third round last year, and I thought he played well. I thought he played really well. They made that real crazy trade for the kid from Houston. Damn, his name just escaped me.
Uh,
The
um,
long ass name. He was a
Brock
scrub.
Osweiler.
Brock Strowman Osweiler. In that crazy trade to alleviate some cap room or spend some of that cap room that they had. Um, so I'm gonna dive in real quick.
And
Um,
before we dive in, Cleveland, cut this shit, man. If you guys don't take fucking Miles Garrett number one, don't, man. See, this is why Cleveland is fucking Cleveland, man. Making these dumb ass trades and draft picks and shit. And I heard they're not even married to the number one pick. They might want to trade down, man. If y'all don't cut this shit and draft this guy, man, continue.
but honestly, would it be that far fetched to pass on Miles Garrett? Because
If
the
you gonna
one,
take fucking Mitch, yes. Fuck.
well, I'm gonna say I'm more of a Deshaun Watson guy. If you're gonna go quarterback number one, to be honest, I'll get into that in a second. But these motherfuckers got 12 picks,
Yeah.
and
You need to hit on a lot of these motherfuckers to get better.
and
Not in a tough conference. Like, cut this shit, Cleveland.
they have holes. And what I'm saying, there was a great point made today that the one thing they can't do is stop the run. So if you're in a third and long situation, a Miles Garrett don't help. You gotta take his ass off the field. You know, because I mean, if you can't stop the goddamn run now, he ain't really gonna make a bit of goddamn difference.
A
But
quarterback definitely ain't gonna stop the goddamn run either. And
correct.
suspect ass. Nah, I ain't even gonna go on. I ain't
Oh,
gonna
no, no, no.
mention like that, but
You 100% right, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of Deshaun Watson, I think this crop is trash.
yeah, definitely weak on quarterback this year.
I mean, this is a weak ass class. And it pisses me off that every year when it comes to a black quarterback, they always try to minimize and find shit wrong with their game. This guy started 13 fucking games.
Yeah.
13 fucking games. And you're telling me that this kid is a number one pick in the eyes of Hugh Jackson, man? Like you said, Hugh got to cut the bullshit, man. You know, this is it. Kind of caught me off guard when I heard this today. You know, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a big Miles Garrett number one fan. I think he has talent. I think he's a beast. But I just hate to see him waste the next 10 fucking years in Cleveland. You know, but
I would hate that for anybody.
correct. But oh yeah, definitely, man. And like I said, man, shots fired towards the Browns, but they have a really good personnel guy in Sashi Brown. This guy's smart as shit. He's made some great. I mean, fuck, he's got 12 picks. You know, Hugh Jackson is a good coach. I just question where the fuck he's going with this. I mean, I know he don't want to go into year 3 trying to find his guy. You know, but enough about the Cleveland Browns, man. So basically, man, we're going to start off with talking about a couple of prospects. We already dove in on Mitch Trubisky. A couple of guys, man, that kind of piqued my interest.
Quarterbacks or you just in general?
Quarterbacks.
All right.
Since we already started, about that. So, like I said, it kind of pisses me off because I think the best quarterback in this draft is Deshaun Watson.
He's definitely the best quarterback in this draft.
And it kind of, like I said, it makes me mad that he's rated so low, as far as like he's the third best quarterback. Let me tell you something, folks. You don't play Alabama twice in 2 dogfights, and there's just no way in hell. And both of them in national title games, back-to-back years,
Put up numbers.
and made one of the most accurate, clutch throws to win a national championship I've ever seen in one of the greatest games, in my opinion, since Vince Young took down SC back in the Rose Bowl. This kid is money.
Yeah.
This kid's money, man, and I just don't understand how you put a kid that started 1 year over a kid that's played a virtual NFL defense in Alabama 2 years in a row in a national championship game, and you not consider him the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's a shame, man. Yeah, I even heard like some Mock drafts put Kaiser over him. I'm like, I'm not rolling. Like, come on, man, stop disrespecting that man.
You had your head coach dish you, and I'm talking about Deshaun Kaiser because
I
he
know
does
stop put some respect on my name. You
definitely,
understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on.
definitely put some respect on Deshaun Watson and all these idiot ass analysts. And you know what? And I'm calling them out because this is Talk Your Shit podcast. I'm calling them out from the Mel Kipers to the McShaves, okay, to the Mike Mayox, to the Bucky Brookses. Man, look. First of all, you know, you guys fucking kill me, man. Like, it's just you guys gotta have blinders on. Seriously, the fact that you wouldn't think that this kid had the chops to be the number one pick, especially going up, like I said, against Pro Football U team Alabama in 2 years in a row for the national title. Um, that's freaking crazy. But Deshaun Kaiser is a kid that I definitely think needs a lot of work. A
Yeah,
lot of work.
yeah. Not to be like
Um,
his coach, and you know what I'm saying, and just straight shit on him. But he definitely needs a lot of work.
Kelly knew him better. He knows him better than anyone else. The kid needs work. You know,
Yeah,
he needed to go back for another year. He needed to get more development because there's games I saw where he's spots, splotchy as hell. And this is a dude that you definitely got to critique about throwing motion and all that shit because he's a little erratic. And another guy that's creeping up the board, and it's killing me because this dude, I don't know how the hell he's even in the conversation as a top, as a first round pick. Patrick Mahomes from Texas Tech. Like, I, I mean, he does some good things. He has good size. He's 6'2", 225. But I've seen this kid throw some shit, and it's like, God damn, where the hell was he throwing that?
yeah. But, I feel like they just hype quarterbacks, and they just like them premier positions. You know what I'm saying? They get a boost up, so they gonna get taken like early as hell because people just be grasping for straws with those positions because it's so hard to come by. So like the DNs, the cornerbacks, quarterbacks, man, they go a little bit higher than they normally would, man.
So for me, there's a sleeper in this draft. He's probably gonna go late, like fifth, maybe fourth, fifth round. But outside of Deshaun Watson, I saw a tape on this kid, Davis Webb from Cal. This is going to be a guy in the next couple of years. The team is going to glad that they draft and let him incubate. Good size, 6'5", 229. Last year, 37 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 61 completions, almost 4,300 yards passing. Nobody's talking about this kid. Nobody's talking about this kid. And TYS fans, you got to look at tape on this kid. This kid is the prototypical quarterback where in the next, like I said, in the next couple of years, you'll be like, who the hell is this guy? When he's rifling touchdowns for a team in the next year or two. Um,
Cal's been pumping out some quarterbacks lately, man.
correct, correct. I mean, but like I said, the only thing is for him, he just got to get better. Dropping back, taking snaps from center. But this kid, I think, is going to be a stud. So these, even though, and I hate to say that the class is trash because Deshaun Watson, and this kid, I think, are the best two of this class. But outside of that, out of those two guys, man, I take the Pepsi Challenge on any one of these other quarterbacks.
And moving along from a position that's not that deep to a very deep position in this draft, the running back scare.
Yeah, man, this is a good draft for running backs, man. Um, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, McCaffrey, a guy that's really should be and would have been a first round talent, pick if he hadn't had the little situation at Oklahoma and Joe Mixon.
No Mixon, man.
Um, this kid's a first round talent. He's fast, good lower body strength. Damn, 400 yards in a game,
Yeah.
400 yards rushing his freshman year. I mean, this kid's a stud, and somebody's gonna take a chance on him in the lower rounds. Hopefully, the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't think it's gonna be that low, to be honest. I think he may go like second or third.
If he goes second or third, I would be shocked just because you gotta. I mean, this is the Ray Rice factor.
But
You know,
like, I think it's like progress. Like, is this a first offense?
that is known of. Yes.
So I mean, like, the league is real lenient, and I think they're gonna take a chance on him. I think somebody is gonna jump the gun and want to grab him before they think somebody else is gonna grab him. So, like I said, man, I think he's gonna go between second and third, late second, early third.
Like I said, I could see that, and I think that's where possibly, but I still think he may slide to the fourth. I honestly do, just because of the situation that happened. But another guy, man, Samar J. Pernin from Oklahoma, his teammate. This is another stud, man. Great lower body strength, speed, can catch out the backfield, can block. He can definitely get inserted right now in a number two role with any team, and definitely contribute off the rip because this kid is talented as well. But we, like I said, we know the big names of this running back class: Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook. Um, the wild card to me, and I know a lot of people are like, oh man, he was a beast at Stanford, is McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. Please don't let him go to New England.
Right. And that's like one of my pet cats. I like McCaffrey. I was wondering how he was going to translate to the NFL, and like I said, he's not going to be like your every down back. He's definitely going to be like pick your spots, utility guy. They probably use him out of the backfield, maybe slide him in the slot, create some matchups. Definitely use him out of the backfield. But it's definitely like one of my pet cats. I'm gonna get to a few pet cats, but they're not big names, so I'm gonna let Kev go ahead back to his analysis of the top guys.
Um, yeah, of course, like I said, Cook, Fournette. Fournette is a beast. Only thing is that concerns me about him, because he's really to me like that LeGarrette Blunt type. I hope he gets in a situation. I think Jacksonville would be perfect for him. In that
A
situation where
lot
they're
of mock
rebuilding.
drafts have Jacksonville taking him.
I mean, I think he can help Bortles develop a little bit better, get a little bit pressure off of him, so that he can, do the things, far as vertically down the field with a good. I mean, we all know what a good running game could do, folks.
Yes.
So Leonard Fournette, just Dalvin Cook. I think he's gonna stay home in state, man. I think the Bucks may take a shot on him.
Okay.
I
Quick
think they'll
question.
take a
Quick
shot.
question. Who do you think is the best back in this draft?
Mm.
Because it seems like the general consensus would be Fournette, but I've been hearing rumbles that people like Cook better.
I gotta go Dalvin Cook.
Ooh, I'm
I
going.
think Dalvin Cook's the best back in this class as far as first round potential. I just like his speed, his blocking ability. I really like his vision. So I think he's gonna probably be the between the two, between him and Leonard Fournette. I think he's probably gonna be the best back that comes out of this class.
Dalvin Cook, yeah, man. I just see Fournette as that once in a lifetime talent, man. Where he's like an AP, man, just so hard to bring down. He's going. I think he's going to get to the next level. If he gets to that right team, he's going to tear it up.
All right, so transitioning to the sexiest position
The
outside of
Divas,
quarterback, the divas, wide receiver, of course. For me, this is real interesting. This is a real interesting class because you got a lot of good guys.
yeah, I about to say this is another deep position.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of guys that are especially getting pumped up. The kid Cooper Cup from Eastern Washington is getting a lot of press and getting pumped up.
I still got to check him out. I remember you told me to check him out. I still got to check him out.
I mean, he's got some really good film, man. He has really good size. He's 6'2", 198, runs about a 4.5, 4.6. Um, last year had about 1,700 yards receiving, 117 receptions, averaged 15 yards per catch, 17 touchdowns. Those are hellified numbers.
Yeah,
But he played at Eastern Washington.
right. So there's always that question of level of competition.
Correct. In this class, and then also the same thing with Corey Davis from Western Michigan.
I love him
These
though. I like him.
He has great size, man. 6'3". He's a little small at 213, runs about a 4.5, 4.4, 4.5.
Yeah, he
Once
like
again,
lost weight, right?
yes.
Yeah, he lost he going into like the combat and all that. He dropped some weight from his playing weight that he played with last year, and like a lot of scouts and guys was like, man, get that weight back.
Yeah, he got to get his weight back up, man. Especially, taking the hits that receivers still kind of take over the middle and all that. He's definitely going to have to get up to about maybe 220, 225-ish, just so he could take the hits in the NFL. But once again, I mean, impressive numbers last year. 1,500 receiving yards, 97 catches, 15 yards per averaging 15 yards a catch with 19 touchdowns. Excuse me. But the guy that's going to be the guy of this draft is definitely going to be Mike Williams from Clemson.
Okay, I like it. Solid person right there.
It's going to be scary because if they got him most mocks, him slated to go to the Bills. I know Tyrod Taylor is begging the
Yeah,
Bills to pick this kid.
I would love that.
Him, Watkins. Wow,
Man, it's scary.
that's going to be a
Another
hell of a.
Clemson guy.
Yeah, I mean, you got two bookends, 6'4", 6'5" guys that you could just go ahead. I mean, you see how it's working down in Tampa. Hell, if Vincent Jackson could stay healthy, him and Mike Evans, hell of a combo. I could see that kind of combo, but better
Yeah.
if them two get paired up in Buffalo. Sleeper. I got two here for the receiver class this year coming out.
I think you're gonna touch on one of my guys. Go ahead.
Your man, Juju.
Nah, hell no, ain't my man.
Juju Smith Schuster from Southern Cal.
Juju on
Um,
RB.
I think he's one of them cats. I would take him. No, they got him like slated second, third round. I think he would be a perfect guy to develop as a slot guy. 6'2", 220, about 4.5 speed, solid. And he has a lot of chances to win those 50-50 catches.
Yeah.
Second guy, John Ross, Washington.
Okay, it's definitely one of my guys.
If he stays healthy, this is the second coming of a better Deshaun Jackson.
That guy has blazing speed, man. He's just a threat in the open field, man. You get him the ball, he's definitely gonna take the top off the defense.
I mean, Jesus, the boy runs a 4.2.
And he was he hurt while he ran?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hurt when he ran the 4.2 in the combine in February. I've never heard that before. Guy was hurt. And actually, let me go back. I actually have a third.
And that's probably my second guy. Go ahead, because I was going to touch on this.
D.D. Westbrook from Oklahoma.
Yep, that's my guy.
I think he's definitely one of those guys. He's deceptively fast too. He runs about a 4.38, 6 feet, 168 pounds. Definitely a guy, you would put in the slot, get those mismatches against safeties and linebackers. And, he has the ability where he could take a slant to the house, on one play. Definite guy a name out there that TYS fans need to pay attention to is D.D. Westbrook.
And also, I have a third sleeper for a wide receiver, but I want to go back. I forgot to interject and say my pet cats and sleepers for the running back position: Kareem Hunt and Jahad Thomas. I want Cowboys to take a flyer on these guys. They're not gonna go that high, so hopefully around the fifth round, because these guys have return ability. And Kev, we harp on the Cowboys because we definitely need a return man. These
Definitely.
two guys are fucking lightning in the bottle in the open field, and they also can catch the ball and do something with it out of the backfield and also line up in the slot. We lost Lance Dunbar. These two guys you can plug in, fill that gap right in there, and also bring something to the return. And for my wide receiver sleeper, a guy I was telling Kev about the other day, Ryan Switzer. He looks like a Cole Beasley clone. I wouldn't mind us to take a flyer on him later on in the draft. Also, he has return ability. A lot of people that I name for my sleepers are going to have return ability because that's what I want. We definitely need a return man. Shout out to Lucky Whitehead, friend of the show. He's from here. But you have not been cutting it, my guy. Like I I can't think of the time when Dallas had a dangerous return game. Like, come on, help this offense out. Give us good field position. Flip the field position. We need a return man.
Yeah, definite. And definitely a good shout out on both of those guys because they can be those guys where you can use them in situations where you load them up in the slide, have them kick out, catching passes in the, and slide, and definitely need better speed on the return game, and definitely in our case. Um, Not really gonna go into tight ends and offensive linemen, just because I mean, it's like only three good tight ends to talk about: OJ Howard, uh, Njoku from Miami, and Jake Butt. Giggity.
What college Jake is it from?
Which one? Jake Butt?
Yeah.
Michigan.
Okay, I about to say I saying I like him, and it's another guy. It's not. It's like two more guys. The guy from Clemson is pretty good. Can't think of his name right now. And it's another guy.
Jordan Leggett.
Yeah, Leggett. And it's another guy. Fuck, I forget what school he's from. He looked pretty good.
You got Evan Ingram from Ole Miss.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, because I'm thinking of white helmets. That might be the guy right there, Ingram.
But there's a definite guy that's a sleeper. His name is Adon Shaheen from Ashland College. Another guy, basically an Antonio Gates type of player. He's a former basketball player, 6'6", 278. One of them guys that's going to be a project for a couple of years. May end up becoming something, because with the rules being so skewed for offense now, and a guy like Gronkowski, who gets off, he can definitely be one of those type of guys in a year or two. Like I said, solid base. Once again, a guy you could go 50-50 with, 50-50 ball. He's definitely going to be a guy to look to in the future.
No doubt, no doubt.
But like I said, not going to touch too much on the offensive line. There's a couple of guys that I just feel pumped up. Forrest Lamp. And everybody else ain't going to know who the hell these other guys are. But yeah, man, I'm excited about the draft in a couple of weeks, man. I think this is going to be interesting from the standpoint of I think it's going to be some moves that are going to, I'm not going to say shock, but it's going to be kind of, because there's always a move in the draft where someone goes where they're not projected to go, and you be like, damn, hence Deion Jordan.
Right.
So,
a few things I want to ask you. Well, maybe not a few things. Do you think San Fran stays put at that? Well, they got the second pick.
Mm-hmm.
You think they stay put?
Yes.
Where do you think they might go with that pick?
Solomon Thomas, defensive end from Stanford.
Right. And I've been hearing, because I asked you that, because I've been hearing rumblings. There's always been the early rumblings of they want Kirk Cousins. But
Yes.
That's on the board. They might trade that. And also, I'm not sure if you heard or seen the rumors. They're ready to move on from Carlos Hyde. So I heard they've been dangling him in trade. And there's rumors that they might take Fournette at that number 2 spot. That'll be a hell of a shakeup for the draft right there.
That'd definitely be a
There's always
shakeup.
one move they be like, damn, they took him, and it fucks up everyone's board.
Oh, without a doubt. I don't see taking Leonard Fournette that high for San Fran, and plus with them transitioning to a 4-3 defense and all these stiff ass interior guys they've drafted for the last couple years, like Armstead from Oregon, a couple other guys transitioning to that. I think you kind of have to stay at 2 and go with Solomon Thomas, unless you get a sexy trade offer and you can move down and still
Get one of
stay
these
within
guys.
that 5-6 range, to still pick him up.
No doubt, no doubt, man. You got anything else you want to touch on?
Man, that's all I got. I think next week we'll jump into the defensive side. With talking defense in the draft next week, it's really deep. So we're gonna have a lot of good intel on that for the
Yeah, definitely
TYS
be more in
fans.
depth than the offensive side. Also, we'll be talking about the playoff games and what has transpired so far. Few series may be over by then. By the next time we talk, never know. We might have a special guest on the next podcast. My man Abe hit me up today. thought we might be able to squeeze him in this podcast, but he said he wanted to join next podcast, so that'd be interesting to get another perspective. And our first guest, official guest, friend of the show on the podcast, and then hopefully some more fuck shit happens in the WWE that I can fucking rant on. I'm pretty sure some more fuck shit will happen. They'll fucking have fucking Doink come back or some dumb shit. Yeah, but we're not going to talk your head off. Thank you guys for listening. TYS fans. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy, man. And I just want to give a shout out to a special person because I said I would shout her out on today's show. So shout out to Mina, definite friend of the show.
Definitely friend of the show. All right, man. We're going to wrap up this show. We gonna be... I gotta get a better way to take us out, man.